So there it is, the IBC accreditation report draft. Yeah, and there's no chance the Accreds are going to reject it now. Look how thick it is.
What I want to know if they read to the last page.
And as usual, I will turn to our clerk for a report of items and matters taken in closed session.
We have no matters to report, Mr. President.
Thank you, sir. If you would.
I just would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I feel a little selfish being up here because I live my passion and I enjoy being needed and I enjoy making a difference. And I thank Saddleback College for giving me an opportunity, and I thank my students, I thank the nurses, I thank the registrar, I thank the president, I thank all of you who have been supportive. Because without your support, I think you know that nobody can do great things.
In possession of an article recently published in the Register from Steve Greenhut, the Faculty Association concerned her with some of those quotes of misrepresentations and in some cases misstatement of the facts in regards to specific issues within the purview of negotiations, which could also be construed as negotiating in public, which would be violation of PERB regulations. And because there are quotes from board members, I'm very concerned that those misrepresentations need to be corrected and factual information actually shared with the public, where it's not considered negotiation in public. One of the references is to the union bosses that exist here in the district, and as president, I don't feel like a union boss. I'm a teacher.
The first meeting of the task force of this new session took place on September 4th, and the following items were discussed. There was consensus from all districts to participate in an ethics training session sponsored by the South Orange County Community College District, and I want to lend my voice to congratulating Chancellor Mathur for his leadership. It was Raghu stepping up in the name of our district to offer ethics training to all 4 districts of our Orange County community. I think it's something that is very appropriate, and I think we can be proud of that leadership among the 4 colleges of Orange County.
Well, good evening. Tonight for the report, I talked to my wife today. I said, well, we're celebrating 40 years of Saddleback College, so I said, what can I take? And I thought, well, first, it's the football ring. This is 1970 Saddleback College's football conference championship ring. I didn't have any money when I asked her to marry me, so she wore this as her engagement ring. So got married in 1971, but as you know, I was in the 2nd graduating class, and I thought back and I thought, I've got a few things without digging too far. When I went to Saddleback College, I played football and ran on the track team. But when you were an athlete at Saddleback College, I'll get to the hair thing, but you had your hair cut. The male athletes, I don't think there were female athletes, we wore a tie. This is the tie, with a gold blazer, and any of the teams that traveled, you would see old footage of the gold blazers, and we all had to wear the tie. Guys would wear jeans and tennis shoes, but they had a blazer with a dress shirt and one of these ties. I saved mine. All of the athletes, I think, seem to come up with a way to get a couple of these T-shirts, and I've got a couple of old ones. 1968, if you'll see a year in there. All the male athletes were issued these shirts, all the sports. We wore them under the football pads. I saved one. Now, the college catalog that listed everything you need to know about the college, including all of the course description, majors, and the faculty, that's it. 1970, 71, that was my 2nd year here. And then the infamous Gaucho Guide that talks about the dress code that was challenged. And the Gaucho Guide actually was a really neat little publication because it listed, for example, this is 1970-71, my sophomore year, all of the athletic team schedules for competition, appealing grades, where to go for assistance, and the president's picture, Dr. Bremer's in the front. But the section on the dress code, which you saw earlier in the DVD presentation, it's great. And with a little humor, it wasn't the recent boards that started our history of litigation in the federal courts, I have to tell you, okay? Yeah, there's an asterisk here on page 12 about the hair. Hair which falls below the eyebrows or covers all or part of the ear or hangs entirely over the collar of a dress shirt is not acceptable. With an asterisk that it's pending in litigation before the U.S. District Court of Appeals, Ninth Circuit. And I do remember a name. I played football with a gentleman named Gary Rupar, who was on the football team and in student government. I believe he and another male student were plaintiffs in that. It was overturned. But the faculty members, Parsons left. The faculty members all wore dress shirts and ties. The hair was cut just as you see. The women's dress code was completely different. A lot of women like to wear open sandal-type shoes now. Not permitted as a student, let alone a faculty member. So, but it's all in here. I've got them.
As you all know, this is the accreditation report that I was privileged to work on with some great folks at IVC. An enormous amount of work has gone into this report. Not by me by any stretch of the imagination. It was from from President Rockmore and on down in the committee. I heartily recommend that you have a chance to read this. It's not here for actual approval, but it is the work of a group of people that I've grown to respect and admire enormously, and I'm going to try to name them without forgetting anybody. I know I've previously complimented President Gabriella. I know how much hard work you put into this. It shows, and when IVC is reaccredited, as it absolutely deserves to be reaccredited, you and this entire team will deserve the lion's share of the credit. I stand behind this report. It is really a pleasure to be able to produce something like this, and you guys are great. And and of course, Gary, who sat next to me in most of those meetings. But he was so quiet. I'll tell you.
I also want to recognize all of the people at IVC that did a tremendous job. I did read through this, and it's the hours that you put into this, the amount of work that you put into this is just tremendous. And actually, I was particularly impressed with the planning and decision-making manual that you put together. I thought that was just really a fine piece of work. It's just been a lot of hard work and a lot of effort. It's been a very cooperative process. I think we've worked through a lot of issues. I think we've gotten to know each other a little bit better. We've struggled with some tough issues, but I think we were all better for it. And I just want to acknowledge really all of these folks also for the hard work that they put in on the Saddleback report.
I too would like to take this opportunity to thank all the members of both the college committees and the accreditation reports. Having said that, let me thank in particular the two trustee representatives on these committees, Board President Don Wagner and Trustee David Lang, for their service on these two committees. And one major distinction that I make here is that all of us who are either faculty or staff or administrators, managers, we are paid. These two gentlemen, this is a tremendous labor of love on their part. So thank you, both of you. Thank you.